Hello everyone, my name is Sajad Muntazeri and here we are with a tutorial on Grasshopper. Aren't you excited? I must tell you, I'm so excited. Alright, let's get started. To begin working in this environment, I want to use a construct point. So I type x, y, and z and bring in a construct point component. A point is created at the origin of the coordinate system. I can set my workspace to rendered mode to get a better visual representation of my drawing. As you can see, I can make two copies of this point by clicking and dragging and holding Alt to duplicate it. Now I can assign different coordinate to these points. For example, along the y-axis, I can set a value of 12 with two decimal places for one of them. This slightly elevates the point. I duplicate it again and apply the same logic along the x-axis. Now I want to connect these points with lines, so I use the, let's say, line component. The start point will be one of them and the end point will be another again. Again, I duplicate it, ensuring the start remains the same, but the end shifts to the lower point like this. Now I want to divide both lines into a specific number of segments, so I use the divide curve component. So I apply it to the upper line like this. So easily. I duplicate this for the lower line and apply the same division. I want both to have the same number of segments, so I set a count of 12 for both of them. This belongs to this and the same for the lower one. Now I need to connect these divided points with lines. They will be connected like this. Look at the pattern. They will be like this, but I want them to connect in a reverse order, meaning the last point of one line should connect to the first point of the other. To achieve this, I reverse one of the lists using the reverse list. Reverse list component and then apply it to the divided curve so we can have a pattern like this. Now I want to mirror this structure to the left side. So I use the mirror component and apply it to the line. I mean connecting line to mirror. By default, it mirrors along the YZ plane, but I explicitly define the plane to keep it adjustable like this. So I bring the YZ plane and connect it to this part. Again, I apply the mirror component, but this time I mirror both the original, pay attention, the original and the mirrored structure, like this, along the XZ plane. So here I should type XZ. Again, connect it to this and create the bottom reflection. If you want to enhance the view, you can select all unnecessary elements and press Ctrl plus Q to hide them. You can do that with planes too. Again, you can select planes and use Ctrl plus Q. Now, if you increase the number of divisions, you'll get interesting patterns. Can also switch to perspective mode and set the display mode to rendered for better visualization. If I slightly elevate the 0.0 point, for example, let's set it to 5, and connect it to Z, it creates a 3D effects like this. You can control it. Or you can set a number for these 2 points, which their Z component is 0. For example, I can select 5 again one time to this Z and another time to the above Z, like this. And like this, you can control your pattern. Finally, to make the lines more visible, I use the pipe components. I type pipe here. I set the radius to 0.1 and apply it to the mirrored structure by holding the shift to apply it simultaneously. So here I connect it, and also I do that for lines too. So I connect lines like this. You can see and hide each part preview by pressing Ctrl plus Q, and you can see these pipes. To improve the preview, I use the custom preview. So I type custom preview and connect pipe to geometry and apply a color stretch. Also, I type color stretch to adjust the appearance of the geometry. And you can select an appropriate color. By changing the position of your mouse, and you can see the result in the perspective mode. Isn't it beautiful? Pretty sure it is. All right. If I change the pipe radius, you can see the result or modify the number of division here. The pattern will be changed. And at the end, if you change elevation, the result updates dynamically. So you can change it so easily. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. Looking forward to the next session. Goodbye.